Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to another video. I want to talk about why I stopped watching porn. Now, I talked in my other fitness channel about NOFAP. What NOFAP is no jerking off, you're not teasing the weasel, alright? You know, sex is okay, but there's no teasing the weasel, just no porn, especially no porn, alright? But in this video, I'll talk more personally about my experience with watching porn. When I had to just stop watching completely, and I knew I had to. So, like any typical teenager, this is probably the typical story of every teenager, you know. I don't remember what age, maybe it was 13, alright? I discovered that I have something that gets erect, and if you play with it long enough, some sort of white weird fluid comes out of it, right? So as soon as I found that out, it was through porn, actually. You know, people back in the day before porn used to look at magazines or something, you know, but I stumbled upon porn. You know, you're a teenager and there's all these kids around you, and you know, you hear about it, so I'm like, I gotta check it out. And I checked it out, and I don't remember the first time I jerked off, to be honest. I don't remember, okay? But you know, it was weird, alright? I'm like, what is this thing that comes out of this expandable thing that I have that expands and then retracts again? And from there on, in my teenage years, as any teenager, as the majority of teenagers, I was addicted to porn, alright? I would watch it 4 or 5 times a day, you know, I jerk off, you know, it was basically like at some point, all I did. Okay, like, you know, all I did was just sit at home and jerk off. And then, you know, recharge, jerk off again, recharge, jerk off again. And this, combined with other factors that I had from growing up, I've developed a complex with the opposite sex. Because here's the thing with porn, here's the problem with porn. You watch it, there's like, they go straight to the fucking, number one. So there is no emotional context. You don't know how they met. Of course, they're acting, you know. They're actors, that's their job. But I'm saying, like, it really ruins the idea of sex in your head, because you watch that long enough and you think that's just sex. You see a girl, she sees you, alright, let's fuck. But, you know, that takes away completely the emotional aspect of it. That takes away the human aspect of it. Because, you know, let's face it, good sex, really, I'm talking about really good sex, is one that's filled with emotion. And I like to describe it like this. If you were to bring in Barcelona and Real Madrid, and you were to put them in the field, play against each other, the best teams in the world, the best players in the world, but there are no fans. There's no fans. Not a single soul is watching the game. Even the players themselves, although they're the best players in the world, you have Ronaldo and Messi, they're not even going to want to play, you know? So yes, you have the best players in the world, but there's no fans, there's no emotion. So it's going to be a shitty game, you know? It's going to be a shitty game. The players themselves aren't even going to want to play. Same thing with sex, right? There's no some sort of emotion between you or some sort of like attraction. You know, it can be physical too, but it just has to be an attraction there. You know, think of that like the fans in the stadium watching the game. Same thing, all right? But like when you watch porn, it takes it completely out of it. That aspect is completely gone. You know, it's just like you start thinking, well, this is sex, this is man, this is woman. Hey, they just fuck and that's it, and you completely take the emotional human element out of it. The more emotional connectivity you build with the woman and she builds with you, the greater sex is going to be. So for the longest time, like, that was completely gone, and because of it, I couldn't speak to girls. I had like anxiety, I had shyness, I thought they were some weird creatures, and you know, because the human element is completely taken out of it, right? Completely taken out of it. You watch porn long enough, you think this is what it is. You think that this is it, right? So I couldn't communicate with girls. I couldn't talk to girls. I couldn't look at them as humans. You know, they were purely just objects. You know, so at some point, I'm like, oh my God, I have to quit this. You know, this is, because it fucks up your dopamine levels too, right? Because when you watch porn, you jerk off, and here comes the boom, you know, you get an insane sort of dopamine that's like even same level as cocaine or more, I think. And then you crash because of it, and your body over time reduces the number of dopamine receptors, so you have low motivation, low energy, fatigue, anxiety, social anxiety. When you look at a girl, you can't even look at her as a human, and it's just purely an object, because that's how you're programmed, that's how you're wired, right? You go on Pornhub right now, and you go, and all the videos, it goes straight to the fucking, and it's like, yeah, there's just tits and asses, and that's it. You think that's it, alright? So you think they're purely objects. You're completely marginalizing the fact that there's a soul behind this object, what you always see as an object. And hey, don't get me wrong, once you're intimate with the girl and you guys really love each other, there's like not even love, just like there's a connection between you two. Yeah, like you can objectify the shit out of her in the bedroom. She's gonna love it. But that's because you've already humanized her. You want to humanize her first before you objectify her. That objectification is sort of like it's a form of love between you two, because you two have made that human connection. But when there's no human connection and you're looking at them as purely objects, it's like, what the fuck? You know, she's gonna feel it. She's gonna feel like there's a void, there's an emptiness. You're gonna feel it too, because you're a soul too. You're in this body, but you're a soul as well. So, you know, that's one of the reasons I'm like, I gotta stop watching porn. It's ruining me. It's ruining me, you know? It's completely ruining me. I can't talk to girls. I can't look at girls. I can't get a girlfriend. I was, you know, I know a lot of you guys are not going to believe it, but I was a pretty shy kid, you know? I'm not going to blame it all on porn. It's one factor. There's a lot of other factors, my childhood and everything, but it's one factor. I was a shy kid, not very good in social situations, you know, I felt uncomfortable, and I had a form of social anxiety, you know. It wasn't the biggest form of social anxiety, but a form of it, a variation of it. I remember in my second year of university in 2011, I spent it mostly in this apartment. I spent it playing Call of Duty Black Ops, and that was a period where I jerked off a lot. So I had, you know, it's another reason for me to quit. So I quit porn completely, and I tried the NOFAP thing, and it did wonders to me. You know, wonders. So if you want to check out my other video, a lot of you guys probably already seen it, the NoFap video on the other channel, where I talk more in detail about the benefits of it. But if you're watching porn and you want to still jerk off, just don't watch porn. Jerk off to your imaginations. At least you're in the picture. The problem with porn is you're not even in the picture. Not only is it fucking up your dopamine levels, and it's fucking up your perception of women, and your perception of sex, and it's completely cutting off that human connection, and you're essentially just objectifying souls. That's what it is. Also, you're not even in the picture. And how pathetic is that? You're there, you're holding your dick, you're jerking off to two people you don't even know. You will never know. They're actors, you know, no judgment on them, man. That's what they do, you know. All love to all. But I'm saying, you're watching two other people fucking. You're not even in the picture. That's pathetic, isn't it? That's pathetic. So if you're gonna jerk off, you might as well jerk off to your imaginations. Maybe there's a girl and you guys been talking and there's like some nice feelings, you feel the feelings between you two. Alright, then maybe go in here, and if you really need to jerk off, feel like the need to jerk off to your imagination, because at least you're in the picture. And believe it or not, when you're jerking off to this girl, because your nervous system doesn't know what's real from not, right? It's almost like you're having sex with her, actually, believe it or not. Because your subconscious can't tell. It can't tell, you know, if what's between perceived reality and actual reality. It can't tell. So this is actually, like, if you're going to jerk off, do it to your imaginations. It's better you're in the picture, you're in touch with what's going on here. You're in touch with what's going on in the body. Alright? So, that's my story of why I had to quit porn. Okay? So I would highly recommend, if you watch porn, cut it out. And reduce the number of times you masturbate, because it's going to give you more motivation to go out if you're having problems getting a girlfriend or talking to girls. By not masturbating, by not jerking off, you're going to have more motivation to go out there and meet women and start actually seeing them as humans also. Alright? Because once you see them as humans, it changes the picture. You know, a lot of people say, I can't talk to girls. A lot of times it's because you don't even see them as humans. Because you're thinking because you're brainwashed, you're wired to think of them as objects. But once you start seeing everybody as humans, then talking is going to be so easy. Because we're humans. Once you talk to humans, like, you're going to be interested in the other human. You're going to be curious about them. They're going to be curious about you. Alright? And that just, I mean, when you make that human connection, oh my god, the sex, unbelievable, unreal, out of this world. Alright? Out of this world. Okay? So that's it. Check out SaeedMobile8.com for inspiration for empowerment. Go to the description and get a free book, 5 powerful habits in all areas. Join the NOFAP. Get these tank tops and these shirts, bro. Come on. What you waiting for? And that's it. As always, I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. But as always, don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.